Hello everybody, my name is Michael and I work for the Math Lab, and today we're going to be trying to write the x and y intercepts of the line 2x plus 3y equals 12 as ordered pairs. And so to begin with, remember that the x-intercept will always take the form x comma 0 because the x-intercept is the point where the graph crosses or touches the x-axis, and the x-axis is located where y equals 0. So for example, actually, let me use a dot. So for example, that point, and that point are all located at y equals 0. You can check for yourself if you don't believe me. The specific x-intercept of the graph that we're given is right here. And that point happens to be at 6 comma 0. So that's how we showed it graphically. So I drew a line to it, and then now I'm going to go ahead and try to prove it algebraically. So we know that the x-intercept always occurs where y equals 0, so I'm going to go ahead and plug in 0 for y, and then continue to try to solve that. So 3 times 0 is 0, so we just have 2x equals 12. Divide both sides by 2, we have x equals 6. So I just proved it algebraically. Our x-intercept therefore is 6 comma 0, because the x that we found is 6, and remember that we had to plug in 0 for the y. So now let's go ahead and try to figure out what the y-intercept is. So on the same graph, so remember, that the y-intercept will always take the form 0 comma y, because the y-axis is located where the x is equal to 0. So if you notice, at any point on the y-axis, my x at those points is equal to 0. You can again check if you don't believe me. And so now for this specific point on the graph, I drew a line to where my y-intercept is, and I noticed that it's at y equals 4. And so let's go ahead and try to prove that algebraically. So I know that if I'm trying to find my y-intercept, then I'm going to set my x equal to 0. So I'm going to go ahead and replace x with 0. 2 times 0 is 0. So I just have 3y equals 12. Solving for y, by dividing both sides by 3, I get y equals 4. So that means that my intercepts are, well, my x-intercept is 6 comma 0, and my y-intercept is 0 comma 4. Hope that helped and made sense. Good luck everybody on your next math exam.